If you steal my sunshine, good evening, everyone. Welcome. It's Monday. I'm Dave, and welcome. How are you? How's it going? It is Monday, March 2nd. Let the March Madness begin. That's right, which is just around the corner. March is here. It's here. February's over. We had that extra day. It's still over. It's gone. February is but a memory now. So, I'm Dave. Welcome. Good evening. I am your host, and this is Let's Have a Chat About Leadership. And tonight, because it is Monday, we are talking about, that's right, sports and leadership, the NFL Scouting Combine. Now, what is the Scouting Combine? Well, it's the opportunity for NFL teams to see the new set of kids graduating, coming out of college, ready to play in the bigs in the NFL, leaving the NCAA behind, and moving up to the big boy league, the bigs, the show, the NFL. Okay, so what do they do? Well, they get to run some drills. They run the 40. They see how fast they can run the 40. They do the standing vertical jump, see what their vertical jump is. Then they do some, just athletic agility skills. That's what they do. A lot of running, a lot of agility, jump. What else? And those that pass, those that block, and so on, depending on their positions. So it's kind of like an opportunity for these NFL teams to see the product firsthand. Now, they can really, by NCAA rules, they really could not go down there and talk to the players unless they declared their eligibility to go into the NFL draft. But typically, most players, while still in college, are protected under the NCAA rules, regulations, and are not allowed to communicate with the players. Now, there's other reasons, other situations, and other things that happen, but we're not going to get into those. What we're going to get into is this whole combine and how that applies in the business sense. And it's kind of unique because I would say it's more akin to buying a car. And I'm sorry, but that's really what I would say. Buying a car, buying a house. Well, no, you really can't take the house out for a test drive. You have to just basically put your faith in the builder if you're building a house, and you have to put your faith in the previous owner if you're buying a slightly used, lived-in home. So that being said, this is that one opportunity where you get to test drive and you try it before you buy it. Now, obviously, if you break it, well, nobody's going to buy it. It's just that simple. And excuse me, long day. So with that being said, that's a good thing for the teams because they get to actually see the individuals. They actually get them running. They communicate with them. They talk to them. They see if their attitude is a good attitude with the team, and especially these teams with new coaches, because these new coaches bring in this new mindset, this new way of being, a new way of doing, a new way of knowing and learning. And they want to find out if this player who's been playing for 4 years college ball is now is mature enough to move into the NFL. Sure, they might be athletic enough, but do they have that mental acumen to get the things done? So something to think about. What else? Well, this is also where throughout the college career of these athletes, of these football players, they've been amounting stats, they've been amounting numbers, doing all the analytics, getting data on this individual, and now they get to see, is this just he's going to, again, can they actually see the stats in real life? So it's kind of like meeting your rock and roll hero, if you have one, or your sports hero. You get to meet them. You got their rookie baseball card. You bought every album they ever made, every CD they ever published or put out. You follow them. You like what they do. You like what they bring to the table. And now you've got all that stats, all that knowledge, but now you actually get to meet them. And again, it's working to see if those numbers are going to be realized and where they fit in the NFL. So again, that applies in the business world, in real life, and in personal life. You hear about this person, you swipe left, you swipe right, whatever you do, and what happens? You actually get to meet the person, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, you might be this, but when it comes time to deliver, this is all you're bringing to the table. And folks, sometimes that's not a very good thing. That is not a very good thing. So got to be careful there, but that's what the combine's for. And again, that's what, well, in relationships, that's what the date's for. Dating, that's what the interview's for. That's what the screening process is for, is getting to know people other than just what's on paper, other than what you've seen on film. And we're talking about NFL, all right? Other than what you've seen in the video. You know, it's bigger than that. This is the real life now. You get to see the video, you get to see, you follow these people and you get to see their very controlled, very aesthetically pleasing, very sterile life, because it's whatever is in this box, but you don't see what's on the other side of the box, what's outside the box. So you don't see my hand over here. That's the thing. You see what I want you to see. And that's the same thing that goes on all those 4 years of college, had they gone all 4 years of college. And now is that opportunity to put the facts and figures to a real life person. So again, the analytics, the data. Next, they also start looking at these people to see if they can be cross-trained to fill other positions, to do other duties as assigned. And that's pretty neat, because you definitely need depth. That way, if something happens to one player in one position, you can call on others. And this year, we've seen a lot of this past season in the NFL, and we're going to see it again. And we're really truly seeing this in the XFL, where you've got players that are capable of playing multiple positions. You've got players that are prepared to step in and fill in. Say they're an offensive line person, but they can go ahead and fill in on the defense, a defensive back, a safety. See where I'm going with that? That ability for an individual, now they can start seeing, hey, can this guy not only pass? This guy not only passes, but can he catch and run? And boom, there he goes. He's off in the field. And so, you know, now he's multiple position eligible. He can play multiple positions. So that cross training, will it be easy? Will it be difficult? And again, in the modern workplace, we all need to be cross-trained just a little bit, at least have one other job duty that somebody else has that we can do as a backup. And so it's necessary to figure out who can do it and who cannot do it, who can do it proficiently and who can do it, well, with some motivation or some assistance. So you see, it's kind of, it's up in the air. But this, in the scouting combine, gives an opportunity to those teams to see who can do that, who cannot. Now, when all of this is said and done, at the end of the day, at draft day now, at the end of the day will now be in April, draft day. And they tell you this, and as someone who studies the stock market, someone who's seen things, and someone who's experienced, and someone who's done, and someone who's been right there in the thick of it. And again, it's real simple. You see this person 4 years in college and they're doing excellent. They're trophy winners and setting college records and school records and all this and all that, NCAA records, but they hit the NFL field and they flop. It's kind of like the, what was his name? Todd Marinovich. Remember him? Yeah, exactly. Who is a Todd Marinovich? He was the second coming. Boom. What happened? Nothing. Okay, so the same thing here. Folks, it's real simple, especially when you're dealing with like stocks. You've heard this. If you've dealt with stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, anything dealing with any type of commodity, past performance is not an indicator of future results. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. And it's that simple. Just because things happen this way in the past does not mean they're going to continue. Okay? So they throw that up there. So what does this mean? What does this say to everybody? Well, the aspects and insights on the leadership side of all of this and the combine, and taking that kind of combine mentality of trying it before you buy it and dealing with the analytics and applying those analytics to the real human being. Are they cross-trainable? Can they be cross-trained? Or are they just a one-shot wonder? That's all they do. And it's like a kicker. I mean, is that all he can do? Because most kickers can't throw. But if you can find a kicker who can actually throw the football, now you've got somebody. And of course, past performance is not an indication of future results. Now, as a leader, you have to be aware of that. You have to keep on top of that. You have to keep looking all around 360-degree, head on a swivel, and being aware that all those things, yes, you see somebody, you see something, you like what they look like on paper, but can they deliver? Employees, the same thing. The same thing. You got a new boss coming in. What's the first thing you do? You Google them. You look to see who they are, where they're coming from, what they bring to the table. And then it's like, oh, this guy's going to be brutal. And then the next thing you know, no, this guy's not brutal. This guy's the real deal. And he's making things happen and he's bringing you along for the ride. And unfortunately, it also can be the other way. So again, so where's the training aspect of all of this? What is the training, the aspect and insight to all of this? Simple. I said it to the leaders. I said it to the employees. You do your homework. You do your homework and you get out there and you review and you look and you listen. You see what you can do and what they can do and what else others can do, including yourself. But at the end, again, no matter how hard you train, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you cross-train, past performance is not an indication of future results. So be careful with that, folks. Be careful. Go in with that mindset that, yes, we're going to work on this and we're going to make this happen. But if we don't have it, it's not going to help us. So something to think about. Listen, it's Monday. It's late. I'm hungry. Got the AC kicked in and dinner's coming through the vents. It's awesome. It smells great. Listen, you have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy.